But
he posted a picture on Twitter with Sean Dean. He's got his cast and it says justice on it. And then somebody says Hook is some fucking girl says on Twitter, Hook is what? Stokely, I hate your bald ass so much. And then Big Stoke on Twitter goes, wow, Hook will pay for his crimes. It was confirmed that there was a forearm fracture which required a cast. I am distraught. I rolled dice with my left hand, so I'm please don't make me sue this company, Tony Khan. Please, you know that a portrait of your father that's hanging in your office? Well, once I own this company, I'm replacing it with a big-ass photo of James Brown. Yep. Every time you see the Godfather of Soul sweating in drug-fueled rage at the Apollo, you're gonna think of me. Sounds pretty miserable, bro. Do the right thing. Punish this little bastard Hook and write me a fat check. By the way, here's a photo of me with my best friend Al Sharpton. It means absolutely nothing, by the way. Blushing face. But somebody tweeted, he tweeted, Hook is a piece of shit. And then somebody tweeted this. Some woman, I dated a 5'8" guy who taunt every I dated a 5'8" guy who taunt every jacked. 6'3" bro he met until they pulled their first back to beat him up. Whereupon my ex would go, hey, come on. I'm a little guy. I'm just a little guy. No, it's just also my birthday. I'm a birthday boy. It somehow always worked. And then Stokely just quote tweets it. Fuck you. Tony Brown, but who the fuck's in the background? It's Hook. It's fucking Hook. And then he's getting twerked on by some fucking broad. My t-shirt money is now in the ass crack of some fucking stripper. So thanks, Hook. But I don't but Jesus Christ, this is the greatest fucking thing I've ever seen.
Clip it.
Oh, but
actually, hey, it worked out in the long run.
I actually do hope they make another season, actually, because I would love to see the American Dragon on Total Bellas start memeing on John Laurinaitis. You have live footage of John Laurinaitis in his living room calling somebody in his underwear saying, "Hey, bud, you fired."
What did Max Caster say about me?
Like, I'm embarrassed the fact that I'm hosting a post show for this crap.
I'm proud of you, Carl. I love this.
We did our Valentine's Day post of Hooked on You, but it was mainly for Jamie Hayter and only Jamie Hayter.
It's not right. It's not right. It's fucking trying to build an account and we get this bullshit on the account. Great. But
so follow a simp account.
Okay. Okay, but here's the thing, because those people, this is networking. This is
we actually
networking.
follow.
You got
it was a business decision.
It's a business. You have to follow these people. This is like following. If you want a stan account, you got to follow the other stans. And when you get big, you get rid of them. You get rid of them after that. It's over with.
I open up our Instagram and the first thing I see is Pro Wrestling Simp, and I'm like, what is this?
I don't look at that. I don't look at that stuff. It's a business decision because that guy promotes us, and then when we don't need him anymore, we toss him aside. That's what happens.
Yeah, well, we got go fucking slap it on a t-shirt and continue to use the move forehead.
Unprettier. This guy just say fucking forehead. What? This guy say forehead.
Yes, I did.
You think I fucking wouldn't catch that? You think nobody on this program would catch that? But I did. For weird.
You almost didn't.
For weird.
Let's be honest. You almost didn't.
Weird champ. This is what we resort to here.
All right. Next up.
Unbelievable. Five head.
Next up, we have.
Why people happy? Pagu. Weird champ. Weird. Forehead.
Oh god.
Franker faces.
Oh.
Wowie. Why people sad. What else?
Look at how red my face is.
What else we got? Let me go on Twitch right quick. Okay. Why do people happy? KW, LOL W. XQCL.
All right. The Acclaim promo now. We were backstage.
Okay.
They're just like, yo, it's not gonna be a triple. It's not gonna be a
Yo,
normal.
dude, we're gonna do a fatal four-way poggers, bro. Thanks for the fucking
God,
bits.
Fuck, damn it! Jump off a roof.
Well, they just lost Gunther, so I don't know how that is gonna survive. But what's it called? But the Third Reich faction. That's Imperium's gonna turn to the Third Reich now. But
But he posted a picture on Twitter with Sean Dean. He's got his castle. It says "Justice" on it. and then somebody says Hook is some fucking girl says on Twitter, Hook is what? Stokely, I hate your ball ass so much. And then Big Stoke on Twitter goes, wow, Hook will pay for his crimes. It was confirmed that there was a forearm fracture which required a cast. I am distraught. I rolled dice with my left hand, so I'm please don't make me sue this company, Tony Khan. Please, you know that a portrait of your father that's hanging in your office? Well, once I own this company, I'm replacing it with a big-ass photo of James Brown. Yep. Every time you see the Godfather of Soul sweating in a drug-fueled rage at the Apollo, you're gonna think of me. Sounds pretty miserable, bro. Do the right thing. Punish this little bastard Hook and write me a fat check. By the way, here's a photo of me with my best friend Al Sharpton. It means absolutely nothing, by the way. Blushing face. But somebody tweeted, he tweeted, Hook is a piece of shit, and then somebody tweeted this.
Stupid ass fucking thing.
Mic audio. It's Tuesday, guys. You know what that means. It is time for your weekly dose of the Pro Wrestling Injection right here on the Pro Wrestling Injection YouTube and Twitch. I am the Outlaw of Long Island. As always, I'm here joined by my illustrious panel of co-hosts. To my right, we have Mr. Marathon Mike. Down below, we have the Goon Christian. Not a lot of news to get into, but just a very fucked up week leading up to this fucking injection.
yeah, so all right, so first off on the news docket, we had a big time New Japan show this weekend. Well, actually yesterday. And it was the second part of the Destruction pay-per-view, and it was a very good show. I watched it. Good stuff here. Every match was pretty good. Well, the big time matches. But yeah, just quick notes from the show. The Bullet Club War Dogs, Clark Connors and Drilla Maloney, they retained their IWGP Junior Tag Team Championships against the Intergalactic Jet Setters, which is Kevin Knight and Kushida. And there was some talk on commentary about Jay White during that match, but it's Kevin Kelly and Chris Charlton. They have complete freeform commentary, so they're literally like the fans. So it's not. Don't take that in any type of way that it's like a tease towards Jay White and getting attacked and all that shit. But anyway, also we had another match with a title change. We had the other half of the Bullet Club War Dogs, Alex Coughlin and Gabe Kidd, the heavyweight side of them. They lost their strong openweight tag titles to the Gorillas of Destiny, Hikuleo and El Fantasmo. And then there was a great trios match between Chaos, Kazuchika Okada and Tomohiro Ishii, and Hiroshi Tanahashi, who's not in Chaos. But they wrestled the Motor City Machine Guns and Josh Alexander in an excellent match. It was really cool to see Josh Alexander in Japan for the first time. Tama Tonga. This one, it could be interesting. Tama Tonga beat David Finlay for the Never Openweight Championship. So what that tells me is that they're getting ready to do something with David Finlay. And I don't know if that's AEW, which I doubt, or he's probably going to be Ospreay's next challenger for Ospreay's United Kingdom Championship. It could go either or, but that's something to keep an eye on. There was a great match. Trio. This is my favorite match on the show. It was a triple threat match between Hiromu Takahashi, Speedball, Mike Bailey, and Yo for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship. It was supposed to be Mike Bailey, Hiromu, and Leo Rush, but I think like 5 to 6 people on the roster got the flu. if I'm completely wiped out,
That's
like
rough.
a
Damn.
part of that show. So yeah, Yo stepped in because he's Leo's tag partner, and also that's another thing about Leo Rush. He is moving to Japan. He is probably going to be in New Japan full time. So I think that's the best place for him. So really cool. And then there was a IWGP World Heavyweight Championship main event with Evil versus Sonata in a lumberjack match. Uh, Constant fucking shenanigans from you know who, and Sonata won. Earlier on in the night, Yuya Uemura, who was on Excursion, Young Lion Excursion and Impact, he returned and joined Just Five Guys. So they don't have to be just four guys anymore. They were just four guys for 2 weeks. Now they're just five guys again because Yuya Uemura came back from Excursion and joined the group.
Rip
So
just four guys.
There you go,
yep,
man.
and the other thing is, there was a press conference today. The first match for Wrestle Kingdom has been announced and confirmed. The main event, that is, and it will be Sonata putting his IWGP Heavyweight title on the line against Tetsuya Naito, the winner of the G1. I mean, we already knew this was going to happen. When Naito won the G1, there was no way there wasn't going to be anything else.
Yeah.
But we're gonna have matches being confirmed for Wrestle Kingdom starting now. So there's that, and we have a big UK New Japan show coming up, Royal Quest. Taiji Shimori came back at the show as well. At the Royal Quest show on Saturday, he's going to be wrestling Robbie X. We have Trent Seven versus El Desperado, which is fun. Luke Jacobs versus Yota Tsuji, which is actually probably going to be really good. Clark Connors and Drilla Maloney versus Leon Slater and Cameron Kai. Leon Slater is a guy you got to keep an eye on. He's making a lot of waves on the indies as of late. The Gorillas of Destiny, El Phantasmo, Tama Tonga, and Tongaloa versus the Bullet Club, War Dogs, Alex Coughlin, David Finley, and Gabe Kidd. Shota Umino and Ren Narita versus Francesco Akira and Great Khan. Bushi and Tetsuya Naito versus Sonata and Doki. This one's pretty cool. Hiroshi Tanahashi, Eddie Kingston, and Michael Oku versus Hinare, TJP, and Jeff Cobb. There you have Tomohiro Ishii versus Shingo Takagi, which of course is always great. And the main event, which is a big time matchup, Will Ospreay versus Zack Sabre Jr. That's going to be fucking great. I can't wait for that. That's the Royal Quest 3 card. But yeah, besides that, that was the only bits of New Japan news. And the rest is basically all AEW news.
Yeah, leading up to this
barring
week.
barring to this week. But the one big one that's outside of that is that Mariah May has finished up in Stardom. And if you don't know who Mariah May is, she's a woman who is based out of the UK, British girl in Stardom, almost kind of like how Toni Storm did it back in the day. And she will be leaving Stardom. Well, she just had her last Stardom match. If I could give if people don't know, the best.
It's rumored
the best
she's.
The best comparison I can make to her is that if you watch NXT and you know who Tiffany Stratton is, she's like a British version of Tiffany Stratton. Kind of, not all the way, but kind of. But yeah, she's leaving Stardom, and there was WWE interest and AEW interest. So it's believed that she will be going to AEW. A lot of people were convinced that she was going to show up at WrestleDream, but she wanted to go home to see her family first because she just was in Japan for 9 months. So she should be around any day. Any week now. And the rumor for Mariah May coming in is that she's going to be part of a group with Toni Storm, which that is instant money, and that is the best thing you could ask for if you're Mariah May. I mean, she looks the part. She's tall, she's blonde, she could do the shit with Tony. I mean, it makes sense. So yeah, a lot of people aren't familiar with her and her work, but she is very, very good, and she's a great talent that has a lot of potential. And the other women's news regarding AEW is that Mercedes Moné is out of her walking boot, and she could be cleared any day now. Just regarding when that is. She was on a live stream.
Yeah,
she was on a live stream on Instagram Live and on YouTube. I don't know what the exact live stream was, but she was getting interviewed, and the interviewer asked her, "Are you going to be at Full Gear?" And she says, "Oh, when is that? When is that?"
I have to call some friends.
I have to call I have to call my best friend. I have to call my friend, which pretty much I think she was alluding to Tony Khan, but she's like, "Yeah, if my schedule's free, I'll be there." So and that show's in LA. I think that's a great spot for her to
Oh,
show up.
100%.
But I could see her not. But I think that I think that's something to keep an eye on because she's definitely coming in.
Mhm.
She is most likely coming in. So that's the Mercedes Moné news. But all the rest was the build up to this show.
Well,
The
actually,
two shows
we
tonight.
have the date announced for the
Oh, yes.
for the December
Yes.
pay-per-view, which is allegedly taking place in New York. It'll be happening December 30th. I would assume because they have their New Year's Smash, make that a pay-per-view because you have that as a 2-week thing. Just do like a New Year's Smash title type pay-per-view.
Well, my instant thing is probably going to be a new thing or Winter is Coming, turning into a pay-per-view.
True, because Winter is Coming is not announced for the Dynamite Diamond Ring setup stuff.
Yeah, I mean, Winter is Coming. I mean, that would
Plus,
be
it
the
usually
make the
is
most
in
sense.
December.
Yeah, and if Tony Khan next year runs Arthur Ashe as a pay-per-view venue, he could easily turn Grand Slam into a pay-per-view, and he can easily turn Blood and Guts into a pay-per-view whenever he wants to do it.
Oh,
like these
100%.
are established events that the fans know about already.
But
So
I think
converting them into a pay-per-view wouldn't actually be hard.
I think personally though, the first pay-per-view for Arthur Ashe, and me and Nick talked about it, even Mike talked about it when Tony Khan announced it, it should be for Forbidden Door. I think that would be a good start for a pay-per-view.
Yeah, I can do that.
Them.
Also, I forgot to mention Mark Davis had surgery on his wrist. He broke his wrist at Wrestle Dream, but he's on the road to recovery. So expect Kyle Fletcher in singles action for a little bit. I mean, he'd already had an unbelievable match with Bryan Danielson on Collision. But anyway, yeah. So leading into this Tuesday, because obviously Dynamite is normally not on Tuesday, and they were up against NXT tonight.
Tony Khan went full scorched earth.
Yeah. Well, both shows were completely loaded up. The fans won because they got two. If you enjoy both products, you got two loaded up cards. Basically, the entire week it was kind of tit for tat. I'm not talking about the comments. I'm just talking about announcements. So, like they announced that John Cena was going to be on the show, and then they announced Swerve and Bryan Danielson, and then they announced Cody was going to be there, and then they announced Jay White and Hangman. Then they teased that the Undertaker was going to be on the show in the ads, and then they announced AEW announces that they're going to have a 10-minute overrun. NXT announces they're going to have 30 minutes of no commercials. AEW announces they're probably going to have 30 plus minutes of no commercials. So it was kind of tit for tat all day and all week.
And then
yeah, it was a buy-in for this show announced yesterday too. But this is what it's about. I mean, this got a lot of people talking, got a lot of people interested in watching AEW and NXT tonight, and it was good fun. It wasn't something like where, oh, we hate you, we're gonna fuck you all. No, this was literally just. I mean, Tony Khan even said it in an interview. That's the spirit of pro wrestling. He's having fun with it. The fans are having fun with it. Yeah, he's gonna make his jokes and his remarks, but that's all part of the fun.
He called Triple H and Shawn Michaels bald assholes in a tweet.
Yeah, it's all part of the fun.
I'm not gonna take this shit anymore. I'm done with it.
I'm not gonna take this shit anymore.
Yeah, it's literally just a part of the fun. And let me tell you something. Whatever rating comes out, it doesn't really matter because both shows. I heard NXT was a great show. I haven't watched it yet. I'm gonna watch it tomorrow. But
I saw bits and pieces.
This was a great show tonight. So you got two great shows. Who gives a fuck about no rating? If AEW wins the rating, then so be it. If NXT wins the rating, then so be it. Who gives a shit?
There was like the internal speak. I forgot the exact wording, but WWE said like this is where they're gonna show that WWE is WWE and AEW doesn't have what it takes.
Of course,
I forgot the exact verbiage of it.
And people got bent out of shape about that. What do you want them to say? They're the top sports entertainment company in the world, when it comes to wrestling, what do you want them to fucking say? It's like people are getting bent out of shape because of this. It's like, these are just company people. I mean, AEW would say the same thing. I mean, it's not really a thing.
100%.
Yeah, it's people. I mean, obviously, Twitter is gonna handle this completely rationally and completely maturely. I mean, I expect fucking nothing but intelligent and respectful thoughts and speak tomorrow. I expect nothing but of this. I expect nothing but complete fucking joy around the fan base. I mean, it's the most respectful people you could come across,
Well,
these wrestling fans.
I think another bit to talk about is that I guess another bit of news, just to wrap it all up in a nice little bow. Brian Pillman Jr. will not be known as Brian Pillman Jr. in NXT.
And
His promo
after
apparently today
after hearing his reasoning, it's like, all right, okay. So first off, we got the report and I was like, all right, well, yeah, because I didn't expect him to be able to keep his name, because the NXT naming thing is very weird, because like Braun Breaker obviously is the son of Rick Steiner.
Yeah.
And they had Rick on the show and they had Scott and all that shit. So we know he's the son of a Steiner, but they don't call him Braun Steiner. They call him Braun Breaker. But there's other people that do get to keep their names, like Dragon Lee and Joe Gacy. Jade's going to be able to keep her name. There's a few other people who got to keep their Dijak. He got, his name changed, but then he got his real name back. But yeah, it's like some people get to keep their name, but some don't. It's pretty strange. But yeah, his new name's going to be Lexus King.
His promo today helped clarify it a bit more too.
Yeah, so basically it's like Lexus was his sister who passed away. And King was the last name of the person who raised him, which is one of his sisters, I believe. And he had a promo. So I didn't see the promo yet, but I read a little bit of the transcript, and it's like, all right, I'm probably still gonna, for a couple of months, he's still gonna be Brian Pillman Jr. to me. But if this is the name he wants to go with, then I'm cool with it, because it's not just some fucking random name generator from the NXT warehouse. It's something that actually has some meaning to it. So it's not one of the more egregious examples that NXT has produced in current times. I mean, this isn't fucking Fallon Henley or fucking Tatum Paxley or Brooks Jensen. This is, I mean, Von Wagner. I mean, this ain't none of that.
Even though this name has grown on you, it's not Eddie Thorpe.
Yeah, well, I mean, that one actually had.
I know that's his name and everything, but like.
Well, that's not his name.
Okay, well, I will. But
his real name is Carl Fredericks. I mean,
okay, well,
well, yeah, he did that as a tribute to Jim Thorpe.
Okay.
So that's why,
like,
because he's a Native American.
For someone who doesn't know that, though, it just like it sounds like a random name generator.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I get it. I mean, a lot of the shit in NXT sounds that way. But anyway, listen, you got two great products tonight. You got two great shows to enjoy. A lot of talent is put to work. A lot of fans are happy.
Oh yeah, and
what the fuck is what's the problem with that?
True. But so I didn't take any notes on this, but I do know what kicked off Dynamite.
Yep.
Outside of the buy-in, do we want to cover the buy-in at all?
Yeah.
We might as well.
Yeah. So I mean, there's no reason not to. So the buy-in, the 0 hour tonight was.
It was called the buy-in for some reason, I believe.
No, it was a 0 hour. Taz said buy-in for some reason. I don't know what he said on commentary, but it was the 0 hour.
Buy your cable package now.
Yeah. But anyway, they announced this yesterday, and it was pretty funny because it was the same shit they did last time. If you have to go head to head with WWE, call Suzuki, because he's the last time they had one of these, it was Bryan Danielson versus Minoru Suzuki.
And that match, and I'll never forget that the conversation
was a top 10 match of that year.
that was held in the AEW.
Oh,
not the
never mind. It
AEW.
was the buy-in.
That's
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah, it was the.
Why are
buy-in.
they? See, I don't get that. Why? Just pick one.
See,
Should have
I-
been the
0 hour
0
buy-in.
hour because
see, now bringing up the Bryan and Suzuki
Probably because it
thing.
wasn't an hour.
The last thing, the last time they did Suzuki, like for the buy-in or 0 hour or 0 half hour of Dynamite, was they went up against SmackDown, and they did it for Rampage, and they competed with the contract signing of Roman and Brock. And I'll never forget putting in the main Sports Headless group chat of I think it was like a shaky cam footage of me recording my screen. I was saying I love pro wrestling, and then dipshit McDougal in the group chat takes a screenshot of his screen of the contract signing and says I love pro wrestling too.
Yeah, nobody know who that is. So anyway, we had Eddie Kingston. Well, you had Renee and RJ start off, so they usually do the buy
Gang,
0
gang,
hours and the
bang.
pay-per-views. So yeah, we had.
wait, did she say? What did she say? Did she
Gang,
say
gang,
gang?
Gang, gang,
She said
bang.
gang, gang, bang instead of bang, bang, gang. But anyway, we had Eddie Kingston versus Minoru Suzuki for the New Japan, the Ring of Honor World and New Japan Strong Openweight Championship. And yeah, obviously you already knew what you were in for in this type of matchup here. Eddie Kingston and Suzuki. You're gonna see a lot of hard hitting moves. You're gonna see a lot of chops. You're gonna see it's complete fighting spirit. But yeah, I mean, these guys just tested themselves here tonight. It was a quick little, fun little bonus match. A lot of chops. Suzuki's chest was beat red. Kingston lowered his straps literally before the bell rang. And yeah, they were just going back and forth. They were taking hits, and then they were looking at each other. They were screaming in each other's face. I mean, it was just so much fun to see these two go at it. Eddie Kingston ended up winning. He hit multiple Oricans, and then he hit the Northern Lights bomb for the victory. After the match, he let Suzuki have the ring. They slapped each other twice and then hugged, because only these two would do some shit like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was fun. Eddie, after the match, he went up to the commentator. He grabbed Excalibur's mic and he said, "Watch Dynamite tonight.
Don't be an idiot."
Yeah, and then went over to Renee and them.
Well, no. So, Taz had his fist. I was like, "Come on, don't leave me hanging, bro. Come on." And then Eddie came back, fist bumped, hugged him, and then went down the ramp, high fived Renee, then flipped off RJ City.
Yeah. So anyway, after that, we got an announcement from Tony Khan just saying that Jon Moxley isn't cleared yet for his concussion. So
Which is weird.
So the replacement stepped into the frame. We had Hook say, "Hey, Tony, Orange didn't get his rematch yet. It should be him." And then Tony's basically like, "Hey, you want an Orange?" He's like, "Yeah."
He goes, whatever.
You either want it or you don't. You
I
either want it or you don't. Okay, yeah, I want it.
See, the thing is, like, I thought they would have cleared Mox, hence why they announced the match. That's why.
Well, I think they announced it with the intent that they thought he was going to be cleared by then.
That's still a little bit shoddy to do. I think they
it's
should
not
have.
something I mean, it's really not something that's not.
Well, no,
common.
but like, I think prior to announcing it, I think get all your ducks in a row, and
They
then
probably did. They probably thought it, unless there was a complication. I mean, concussions. I mean, it's the same shit that happened with Adam Cole. Concussions. It's fucking day. It's you have no clue.
Yeah, it's not linear by any means.
Yeah, so they probably had a good string of days where like, all right, well, Mox is probably going to be ready to go, and then he went back. So he should be. I mean, he should be good soon.
But now
anyway,
this definitely means that like Mox was supposed to win tonight too.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have pulled that trigger if Mox wasn't supposed to win. But but giving it back to Orange is really good.
When we get to it, we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
But anyway, the show opened up with Christian Cage in the production shot.
Do you know what's fucked up?
And he said, "Listen, he had a message for Adam Copeland, but he really said, listen, I'm the guy who got you 30 plus minutes of fucking ad-free television, all right? It wasn't Tony Khan, it was me.
Do you want to know what's fucked up?
That was great.
During this segment, Cody opens NXT. The father, the guy who makes fun of dead dads, opened AEW. This was so fucked up.
Well, I don't think they knew that. To be honest with you.
Nah, Cody must have been like, "Hey, I'm opening."
Yeah, I highly doubt that.
Nah, come
anyway,
on.
No, this was a pre-recorded segment, and Cody had a live in-ring promo.
That was not pre-recorded.
Yeah. Well, he was planning to be there, in the production truck. He didn't spawn there. But yeah, they weren't watching NXT and going, "Oh my God, hell, he's there, go do it."
No, but like you never know. Like, Cody could have been like,
no.
wasn't it announced too that Cody was opening as well?
I think it was like 10 minutes before the show started.
Yeah, so they put.
Yeah, no, that's no, that's not how you run a show.
It's still funny to me though. It's still fucking
it's
hilarious.
That's what we call a coincidence. A lot of wrestling fans, it's lost on them.
A very comedic coincidence.
He was talking. He just basically it was a little preview to the main event. But anyway, the show started off with and they announced this on the buy-in as well, that the first 30 minutes plus would be ad-free, and they said this match was going to be opening, but we had the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson versus Swerve Strickland, and this was a excellent match. This was the first time ever meeting between these two, and I was very excited to see it. Two guys out of Seattle, Nana doing the dance. Swerve looked like he wanted to stop him on his entrance, but he let him go and he smiled. But yeah, listen. This was an excellent match. The feeling out process in the beginning of them just being completely even was really great. And all the high spots. And this was a classic wrestling match. This is a classic professional wrestling match. They didn't do anything out of too crazy. They didn't do anything out of the element. But they did have a little bit of.
It felt like PWG a bit too in spots.
Well. PWG style, I mean, more like a party, but there was a lot more psychology and selling to this match, because because early on into the match, Swerve ended up targeting Danielson's ribs, and that would play a factor into the rest of the match. So Bryan, every time he would try a move, he would clutch his ribs. So there was a lot of that going on, a lot of submission wrestling from Danielson. There was a great spot where Danielson had Swerve in the corner, went for the Basaiku, but when he hit the corner, he hit his ribs. So when he went to go run for the Basaiku, he kind of collapsed. As he collapsed, Swerve fucking nailed him with the house call kick.
It was a beautiful house kick.
Hit the Swerve stomp, and Bryan ended up kicking out. That was an excellent near fall. I really enjoyed that, because the best part, the way they shot it was great, because for the house call, Swerve wasn't even in frame. So he was just in frame, and then he hit him. You didn't even see him coming, because everyone thought he was still in the corner. But yeah, he hit the house call kick, Swerve stomp, and he ended up kicking out of that, which was a great near fall. After that, Nana got pissed off. He shed his crown.
Full headgear came off. Full.
Yeah, and his jacket.
So, someone said on Twitter he has a LeBron hairline.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so.
So mean. For no reason, just being so mean.
Prince Nana did not deserve that.
Yeah, it's like fucking. I mean, he went for the crown that Nana has, like the little bandana crown he's got. He went to go hit Bryan Danielson with it, but before he can get it, Hangman showed up and ripped it from Swerve's hands. Swerve was all pissed up. He was basically distracted. Swerve he countered a Basaiku knee, and he tried to hit the JML driver, but he couldn't get it. And after that, I believe he hit him with the Basaiku knee, and that was the finish. Bryan.
Well, no, you missed the spots of like when he was kicking his head in, then like Swerve like just stood up, staring daggers into Bryan.
Yeah, that was cool. But Basaiku knee and also this match had a stipulation. Whoever won this was going to wrestle Christian Cage for the TNT Championship on Collision this week. So it's going to be Bryan Danielson versus Christian Cage for the TNT title on Collision. So we'll talk about that later, because that this is not the last time we'd see him tonight. But this was an excellent match. Hangman was running off. Swerve was extremely pissed. Nana was freaking out. So yeah, this was a great opening to Dynamite tonight. Went about
100%.
25 minutes. Yeah, fully commercial free. Felt like a pay-per-view match at some points, but this did feel like an appetizer. Like these guys are gonna go again sooner rather than later. So yeah, great stuff here.
After this, we would I think what lead into Orange Cassidy versus Phoenix.
Well, after this, we had the Samoa Joe vignette.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we had Samoa Joe, the most interesting man in the world, saying he's coming for the AEW title again, and it's gonna start. I think he said I forget when he said it's gonna start. It's either the Collision or next week. But yeah, he's on a conquest to get another shot at that title. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And then after this, we had Chris Jericho versus Powerhouse Hobbs, in a match where he had no Kenny Omega at ringside because Kenny was taken out last week. They also said that's why the Bucks weren't there because they were with Kenny. But yeah, so we had the first match.
BTE bit of this fucking century. The cold open. 23 days, you fucking bitch. 26 days, you fucking bitch.
Yep. And I was confused why a lot of people were asking, what does that mean? I'm like, bro, I mean, he's better fucking take him. He's better overtake him for the world title.
And he's like, wait, what's in 26 days? Huh?
Yeah. The only reason I knew is because like the day before, I looked at the website and all the reigns, and I'm like, oh shit, fucking MJF is like right there. But anyway, yeah. So we had Powerhouse Hobbs and Chris Jericho, and this was a fucking squash match. Long squash match, but this was a squash match. Powerhouse Hobbs had to have hit 7-8 spine busters on Chris Jericho. He barely got any offense. The only really big offense he got was he had some forearm strikes, and then he got Hobbs into the walls of Jericho. And after that, Hobbs gave him, I think, 2 or 3 World's Strongest Slams and put Jericho down. I mean, this was prolonged because Don wanted him to just keep going, keep annihilating Jericho. And that's what he did. He rarely got any offense besides the one we just talked about. Well, yeah. Hobbs, and I thought this was great. I loved this. I loved this. I loved it. Because a part of me is like, all right, they're going to have a competitive match and maybe Jericho ekes out the victory. Like, no. He should go in there and Hobbs should fucking destroy him. And that's what happened. So Hobbs picks up the victory on Jericho. He fucking annihilated him. And yeah, they just walk off. And this was great. We're going to talk about Jericho when we get to the backstage thing, but he was left for dead in the ring. Nobody came to help him. He was completely and utterly dismantled by Powerhouse Hobbs, and this was the best thing they've done with Hobbs in months.
Oh yeah,
in months.
Then
and after that, I believe it was
the international.
After that, we had the Adam Cole and Roderick Strong vignette.
Yes, we did. So
this motherfucker Cole, making a man with a broken ankle mow his fucking lawn with 2 able bodies.
I think. Well, you're talking about that. You're not seeing it the way I see
Zach,
it.
but they don't know landscaping.
No, see, you guys aren't. I mean, you guys aren't looking at this the right way. What I'm seeing here is that Adam Cole has been abducted, and is being forced against his will.
Yeah,
to
somewhere
do
in Delaware, apparently.
Hard labor. Hard labor. He is being refused to get surgery, and if he tries to escape, the kingdom will beat him down. This is what I'm seeing. You're seeing some fucking funny ass shit here. I'm seeing a man in a fucking crisis right now.
I'm seeing both.
Also, apparently, he's in Delaware. Going up by the phone call with MJF later in the night. He's somewhere in fucking Delaware, the middle of fucking nowhere, pretty much at that point.
Well, at this point, if Roderick Strong can play wide receiver for the Baltimore Ravens, he needs to get his ass to M&T Bank Stadium. But anyway,
yeah, my fantasy team is not looking good now.
Why? Why is that?
Don't worry about it.
Why is that?
Don't worry.
Oh yeah,
It's just
Lamar
not.
Jackson is cool at quarterback.
No, but just
Oh.
no.
I would
Football's
have
been
30
a
points.
wild
Fuck, we didn't
ride.
have 8 drops in that game.
Just move on.
Football's been a wild ride this like past couple of weeks.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, yeah. So Adam Cole was mowing this guy's lawn with a broken ankle on the goddamn fucking scooter. The Kingdom are watching this guy. I mean, this is the I've never seen such a pompous woman face on a man before, but Matt Taven, he's got it. But anyway,
And you missed the spot over there. I'll get it when I go back around.
yeah. So and then they go inside. Adam Cole's like, "Can I please get surgery?" He's like, "No, wait, we gotta go inside."
No. So you missed. He goes, "I need to go home. I need to get changed. The shirt's all dirty. We got you a shirt, Adam."
Yeah, so he got his shirt. This is Neck Strong on it. He got his own Neck Strong shirt.
They talked about the giraffe. The giraffe's name is Ricky.
Ricky the Giraffe. That's another fucking Ricky in this company. So we have Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. We had Absolute Ricky Starks, and now we have the Giraffe Ricky.
Neck Strong, man.
And Matt Taven's explaining to
Yes,
Adam
sir.
Cole that giraffes are the most neck strong animals there are, and which I love this because giraffes are my favorite animal. I love giraffes. I think I've seen them in person twice. I was gonna go see the one at the Animal Game Farm, but that motherfucker died. Anyway, but yeah, they're in the house. Yeah, not good. 3 years old. I don't know what the fuck happened there. Should they live to like 27. Bad RNG. Anyway, they
and RNG.
But Adam Cole is desperately asking Roddy, "Can I leave?" And then he gets up, and then he yells, "Adam,
one more
can't
thing."
Leave yet." So we got one more thing. So we're gonna get another week of this bullshit. We're gonna get another week.
Focus. You see Roddy do prayer hands, like, please.
You guys praying on his downfall.
Because he mentions, he goes like, "Roddy, how do you have a place with no cell phone service and no TV? I want to watch Dynamite. TV's the devil."
What Max is up to.
TV's the devil, Adam.
That was actually a curious line. TV is the devil. Which could mean nothing, but with Adam Cole and the MJF and the devil match shit, I mean, you always gotta think when.
What?
It's a UFC thing.
Oh, okay.
Don't tease us like that, damn it.
Whoa.
I see your facial reactions, Christian. I always think it's either wrestling.
Charles Oliveira is out of his fight with Islam Makhachev, and now they're doing Makhachev versus Volkanovski too. Champion versus champion, and a match that Volk lost the first one, but everyone says Volk didn't lose that fight. It was bullshit by the judges. Anyway, big shit. Anyway, so since Mox got pulled from the match, we had the international title match between Rey Fenix and Orange Cassidy. Orange came out with his backpack, tried to fill that bitch up again, and we had a great match here between these two. I mean, these two were going at it, high flying, fast moving type of match. Stuff you expect to see from Orange and Rey Fenix. Just great stuff here. They were really playing up Phoenix's back and shoulder, like he was really beat up. There was great spots where Phoenix would hit like kick and super kick Orange's hand, which I thought was great. But yeah, at the end, Orange rears up. He hits the Orange punch, and he fucking wins back the international championship.
Confetti goes everywhere.
Confetti goes everywhere. Yes, this was probably going to be Moxley winning it back just to get back on track, but now they're more off track. But that was the thing here.
Dude, poor Phoenix, man. He finally gets a singles title, and then this happens.
Well, he was never supposed to win it anyway, so I mean...
Yeah, I know.
If it was I don't know what they're going to do with Orange in the title, because if it was up to me, it was so special how his first reign ended, and I wouldn't have put it back. I would have just kept it on Phoenix until they just do Mox. I'm not really sure if I agree with them putting it back on Orange.
I think in this case, putting it back on Orange, and then pretty much having Orange and Mox pretty much tied at the hip now for this, it is going to be fun.
They
I
could
love
do
how I
that, but
got
they
the
would just
following.
that was the thing
Go ahead.
because they were just there, and that was not too long ago. Obviously, that's not what their plan was anyway. I mean, there was injuries and
Yeah,
shit,
shit
but
happens.
yeah, but like I probably just would have kept it on Phoenix one more week and then just did Moxley, or just 2 weeks, or just waited until Full Gear just to do it.
Mm.
But anyway,
I got
Orange
the
has the belt
following
back
two
now.
texts after this match. One, OC is gonna die in the ring, and then two, in all caps, give him a break, TK.
Yeah.
Well,
so
to be honest,
that
like
there
Mox
was
is on a
another
much needed break.
well there was another thing
Yes.
about Phoenix too, that when he won the title, that was actually being mentioned, that Phoenix was actually having not visa issues, but like a travel issue or something like that. It might have been a visa thing.
Wasn't he
But, like,
also
he couldn't-
injured too? I
Yeah,
heard?
he wasn't injured, but he was banged up. But like it was like a travel thing where he couldn't go play. I don't know. It was something weird, but yeah. So that probably might have played into it because they are going to Canada soon. So I don't know what's going on there. But yeah, Orange has the title back. I don't know if I would have done that. But obviously plans had to change. So I guess so. But yeah, listen, Orange is a 2-time champion, and that's another thing about this. We're gonna talk about another title change, but I really think that they wanted a title change on Title Tuesday, and it was gonna have to be one of the belts, if
Why
not
not
more.
want both?
So yeah, so it's like, but yeah, after the match, Trent, Chuck, Hook, they all came out to celebrate with them. Penta was in the ring, with Orange, trying to like help his brother. He stared at Orange for a little bit, so I could see them doing Penta and Orange for the title. But yeah, Orange got his things about. But the thing about this too, as the confetti's going off and all that stuff, like he like rarely stopped staring at the title. Like he rarely stopped, just staring at the international title. But after he left, like before he left the ring, like when he was in the ring, he was just staring at it. So this belt means a lot to him. It means a lot to this guy. And listen, he's not going to have the same reign that he did as the first one. It's not happening
11 months is not happening again.
Yeah, it's not happening again. So I don't know if they're just going to do this at Full Gear and do him and Mox again, which
Possibility.
yeah, it's a possibility.
Maybe.
It wouldn't be in the obviously probably wouldn't be in the main event.
I think if they are to
No,
do him and Mox, I would like a stipulation added to it, like not just
Yeah.
like normal singles type bout.
Yeah, they could do that. It's obviously not going to be the main event because that's obviously going to be Jay White and MJF.
Oh yeah.
But they could do a lower end thing. Obviously, plans change, and this is not probably what they had in mind. But I'll see where they go with it before we make a judgment. But anyway, yeah. After this, I think we had the medical update on Jericho, where
Yeah, backstage
Jericho,
update.
yeah, Jericho was in the back getting iced up, and Daniel Garcia went to come check in on him, but Daddy Magic stopped and was like, "God, bro, you kidding me? What are we doing? We already know about this." He's like, "Well, I'm trying to be a human being and check on somebody who actually cared about us for a little bit." But Daddy Magic was talking him out of it, and then Daniel Garcia walked away. But that's something curious because Don was coming after Garcia. He went after Guevara. Guevara joined. But that's the thing. I could see them doing a thing where Jericho's only ally is Daniel Garcia in the fight against the Don Callis family. So it would be, well, not only ally, but it would be Omega, Jericho, Garcia, and whomever. Oh yeah, and Ibushi. Yeah, Ibushi. So like then they would have an even 4, depending on if Osprey's available. So which is probably going to be more frequent coming up to his contract, regarding what happens with that. Because obviously it is Wrestle Kingdom build up season. I don't think he's going to be on many of the Road 2 shows because they're going to do Super Junior Tag League and then they do the Road to Wrestle Kingdom shows. which they don't have many of those like as normal road to shows because I don't want guys getting hurt.
Yeah.
So
That's
he's
smart.
not gonna be. So he's not gonna be needed in New Japan that frequently for about 3 months up until January 4th.
Yeah.
So, they might have Osprey for more time. So anyway, after that we had Wardlow versus
So
Oh.
with Wardlow, it was pointed out on I think Facebook or somewhere that on
Facebook or Twitter.
yeah on Wardlow's wrist tape, he has MJF on it, and then tonight he had it again.
Yep. That's not
Yeah, that's definitely something to keep an eye
no
on.
mistake.
Nope.
It's
No
something
mistake at
definitely
all.
to keep an eye on. Either Wardlow can mend a bridge in this story, or Wardlow's gonna fuck this guy up.
I
He's
have
gonna
a
fuck him
feeling
up.
it's going to be. Yeah, I have a feeling it's going to be the latter.
Yeah, because that's the thing. I heard the argument earlier, like in the week, about maybe they can make. No.
I mean,
Reverse the
here's what
roles.
here's what I'm thinking. I mean, they could just always go back to, you screwed me over at Double or Nothing last year, took away all my momentum, and then I sat at home doing nothing because of your... And then he could say something.
Yeah, I mean that's the obvious, easy thing to do.
Yeah, it's basically just like, I had
Yeah, the
time to
layout.
sit at home, go stir crazy, all this
Yeah.
anger built up, yada yada.
And that's the thing too. I think they should, because MJF, there's no fucking shot that he is being turned heel again. Which I mean, he's still a heel
Yeah,
at
comes
his
out the
core.
heel tunnel.
He's still well, yeah, that don't mean really nothing anymore.
Well,
But
it kind of does in some
Yeah.
regards.
Little bit.
I'm not going
Little
tunnels
bit.
anymore. But like it's like he's not a heel right now, and he's not gonna be a heel for. He's a heel.
Almost
He's
ever.
at his no. But like at his core, MJF is a heel, and he will be a dickhead again. That's a given.
The
I mean, he's
only
MJF.
way for MJF to be a
this-
heel is if he's the one to break up Better Than You Baby.
No. He's gonna be a heel whenever he wants to be a heel again. That's just it. He's the best heel in the business when he wants to be done. But this babyface run he's on right now is so hot. It's too hot. There's no conceivable way that they are gonna hop off the babyface train with him right now. There's no shot. They already have one of the biggest heels in the business main eventing the next pay-per-view with him and Jay White. There's no fucking way. So when Wardlow comes back, he's gonna have empathy from the fans.
I think
'cause
Juice
they know
became
what
a big
happened.
heel after tonight.
Yeah, the fans can have empathy for him because, but this thing with MJF saying like, oh, he's reformed, he's new, but that's the thing about this. They should just do a feud with them later. It should not be this year. I don't think this should be a this year thing, or maybe very, very close to the end of the year, started at the end of the year, but the roles should be reversed.
I think
You got
plant this-
Wardlow coming out here 2 weeks in a row now, powerbombing the fuck out of people, ending the matches with ref stoppages and leaving through the crowd like he doesn't give a shit.
I think
Why
you
should he give a
pla-
shit about MJF?
I think you plant a seed with this because when we get to it, because MJF is going to need some people to help him in a 6-man match. I think you plant the seed.
Well, they have it already.
Well, it's
They had.
no, MJF never said yes to it.
Well, there's no.
No,
he
see-
is going to
No,
say yes.
see,
That's
but
what the
no, but
teaser's
see, but
for.
he's still gonna try to find people. So I think you plant a seed.
I don't think he's
little
gonna
bit.
find people at all. I think they're gonna keep coming up to him, and he's gonna go like, you know what, fine. That's because that's literally the purpose of the vignettes. He should not be walking up to Wardlow, and Wardlow not fucking taking this guy by the fucking neck and throwing him around the goddamn backstage environment. It makes no sense. Doesn't make sense. What is he gonna have a rational thought with this guy? This guy's coming out and fucking having 2 ref stoppages. This guy's an animal. If they do something like that, that would take steam off of him.
Well, no,
He's-
it just be
this
like,
is what Wardlow
walk
should be
up,
doing.
Hey,
No,
then
he shouldn't talk to him at all. That's the thing too. I don't think Wardlow should speak.
for at least a couple months.
To be honest, he
should
wasn't
be
a
doing.
good promo. He was not.
No, I'm saying he should be doing nothing but this for a couple of weeks. Not a couple, actually, a good length of weeks. And he's doing it, and he's growing, like he's building up the card. He's not doing the powerbomb symphony with the fans, all that shit. He's going up, boom, 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 done, out of there. That's it. That's it. He should not be buddy or have a conversation with people in the back. If he sees MJF in the back, he should be fucking rimming this guy a new asshole and killing him or killing people in the back. Because listen, they've gotten Wardlow wrong basically every time. Besides the first run with him.
Yeah.
This they don't need to have, because you can have Wardlow beat MJF. No, not yet. You have Wardlow win the World Championship. They're not ready.
I'm just
that yet.
throwing out a Hail Mary of
You're
an
gonna
idea.
need a lot of build up for that.
Yeah, there is no fucking way that this guy's ready to be the world champion at all.
Well, no, I'm not. I'm not even saying for that. I'm saying I'm throwing out a Hail Mary of an idea because, like, not everyone has probably seen this wrist tape and knows what's on the wrist tape. People just probably see a black smudge because TV can't really capture it. So that's just what I think. But once again, I digress. But
anyway, this guy should be. This is perfect. What they're doing. They're 2 weeks into this new gimmick, this new repackaging for Wardlow. This is exactly what they should be doing with this guy. It's the same shit I said about Hobbs. These guys are fucking killers. Treat them as such and book him as such, and that's what he's doing. That's what he should be doing for a couple of weeks now. Wherever they go with this, we'll see. Because it's something to the point where they can't get this guy wrong again. They can't do it. If that's the case, then he needs to start looking elsewhere. Because they can't do it. But then they have to rebound strongly with him on this one.
Yeah, Wardlow killed Matt Sydal.
But yeah, after this, I believe we had the first Tony Storm backstage.
You guys got this a little out of order, but yes.
Yeah, backstage, Tony Storm was talking. She was being promoted that she was going to get her close up, her spotlight or something. So she's fucking saying she wants cinema. She's going to show them cinema. It's going to be a silent film. So they go to picture for the first time. 45 minutes into the show. So it was commercial free for 45 minutes. And then they go in, and then they have a silent film. You have the ads playing, and then you have Tony Storm in a small little box.
Having like a manic episode.
Fucking completely psychotic break. I don't know what the fuck was going on. She was trying to tell a story. The only comprehensible thing I saw in the part one is that she was driving somewhere. She was doing this. She was driving, so it was a silent film. I don't know where she was driving. Hopefully it was to CVS to get some fucking Prozac or something like that. But anyway, listen. She, in my opinion, the best female performer right now, not talking about in the ring. Well, I'm talking about in the ring because she's unbelievable in the ring. The best female act on television right now is Rhea Ripley.
Yes.
Tony Storm is literally right there. It's Rhea Ripley and Tony Storm. Like, literally what's going on right now. Because Rhea Ripley has basically been confirmed as the leader of the Judgment Day in WWE, and she's being treated like a top 3 person in that company right now, which is well deserved. But Tony Storm, Rhea Ripley is unbelievable, and that's one end of the spectrum. But on the completely other end of the spectrum with Tony Storm, a complete fucking lunacy. This is fantastic. This is pure
100%.
This is pure entertainment. Pure entertainment. This and listen, I'm gonna say this right now. This tonight, out of every AEW, the most masterful use of picture-in-picture I've ever seen out of anything.
I think your mic went weird.
Wait, yeah.
Oh,
yeah, your mic definitely went weird. Okay.
I wasn't sure that was me for a moment.
Glad I wasn't the only one who heard that.
Is it better now?
Nope.
No.
Okay.
There we go.
Wait, there we go.
Okay. But yeah, this was the most masterful use of picture-in-picture I've ever seen in anything ever. Fucking wrestling, football, any other types of sports, news coverages. Never have I seen picture-in-picture executed like how I did tonight. You had Tony Storm playing a silent film. So instead of you can listen to the ads, but there's a little box right here. Live Tony Storm reaction. Of just Tony Storm just fucking I don't know what the fuck she was doing, but she was doing something. And it was brilliant. They did it twice, and they had another one with Don Callis later. But it was masterful.
Trying to see where are we right now in this thing? Okay. So after this, yeah, we jumped around a lot.
We had Hangman Adam Page versus Jay White. I mean, you didn't really jump around a lot.
Well,
you kind of just went.
Yeah, well, initially after Warlow and
really...
Seidel was the backstage checkup on Jericho, but
yeah, no, you didn't jump around too much.
But yeah, so now
we had Hangman Adam Page versus Jay White.
The Bang Bang Gang came out on big wheels.
That was
so
fun.
Here comes Jay White. So we had Hangman Adam Page versus Switchblade Jay White. Here comes fucking Jay White. And where's the rest of Bullet Club Gold? Is gonna leave him out there.
They are starting this game late.
Here comes Austin, Colton, and Juice and Cardblade on big wheels. And part of me thought
Cardblade should have got his own big wheel.
I don't know what the fuck they were doing here. I don't know why they did this, but it was funny. How the fuck would that
work, Mike?
Don't question.
They should have got Cardblade like a Roomba, and they just taped him to the Roomba.
No, just a segue, like
I would have loved that.
A remote control segue.
Yeah, but anyway, they came out on big wheels. See, my first thought was, okay, maybe this has to do with NXT because there was an entrance at the pay-per-view where two guys came out on lowrider bikes, and it kind of looked goofy. But I thought it was just them being fucking complete shitheads.
It's the mean shitheads, come on.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's just them being shitheads. Yeah, fucking Juice Robinson on this goddamn big wheel. And then literally he's doing this shit while his wife is going nuts in a fucking picture blocks. That household is a fucking train wreck. If they have a kid,
good luck.
We might be.
That kid's gonna have the funniest parents in the world.
They're gonna give birth to fucking Moon Knight. But anyway,
listen. That kid's gonna have the funniest parents in the world. Let's be honest.
That kid's gonna have a fucked up childhood. Living in black and white.
So mean.
You have your father's gonna and your mother's gonna be thinking she's fucking Meryl Streep.
Oh Jesus!
At this state, we got to figure this out here. See, the Child Protective Service is gonna show up, and then it's gonna be like when the black lady came into WandaVision's world, and like, what the fuck's going on here, yo? And then she got converted. That's exactly what's gonna happen. If anybody's living like WandaVision, it's Tony Storm. Anyway, we had Switchblade versus Hangman, and this was their actual fourth meeting. They wrestled 3 times in New Japan. Jay has beat him all 3 times.
4-0.
So yeah, Jay is now 4-0 against Hangman Page in his life. But yeah, this was an excellent match.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very good stuff here. I mean, it's what you expected. But yeah, extremely great stuff from Hangman and Jay White here.
Prince Nana interfered.
Loved it. Yeah, Prince Nana came down. He interfered in the match. He factored into the finish. Bullet Club Gold jumped up onto the ring apron to distract the referee. Nana came out. And Nana he ran in, and I forgot what did he do exactly again? Because
he was gonna hit Hangman with the
crown. Yeah,
he was gonna with the crown.
He was gonna hit Hangman with the crown, but he wasn't able to do it because Hangman countered it. But here comes Swerve Strickland,
and was it Swerve came down? Actually, no, Swerve didn't come down. That was later. But yeah, he was gonna hit Hangman with the crown. But Jay White rolled him up and pulled his tights for the victory, and he defeated Hangman Page.
And then
in a great match. Then here comes MJF. So MJF, he's out. He comes out here, and he's like, "All right, we're gonna let's play nice. Just give me back my Triple B." And Jay's like, "Yeah."
You think this is just given?
Yeah, he's like, "No, you gotta come earn it. You gotta win it from me." So he's pretending he's the champ. And MJF is basically saying, "Listen, Jay, I know you're better than that. Because you're just like me. You're gonna turn on all those guys as well. Because it's what I would do, and I know you too. Because it's cool because MJF knows because it's one top heel to another top heel. They think the same. They're gonna act the same. But he's a reformed man, and he's not like that anymore. But Jay's like, listen, you know what? Nah, you're gonna win it from me at Full Gear. You're not getting this belt back." I
was gonna give it to you, but then the crowd just made me say no. It's their fault.
Yeah.
It's their fault. So yeah, and then after MJF's pleading with him to give it back, but Juice Robinson gets on the mic, and Juice says, "Hey, next week we got a Dynamite Diamond Ring Battle Royal, for your ring. I'm gonna win that ring. I'm gonna win that Battle Royal. I'm gonna win that ring from you, and then I'm going to take this. I have one with your name on it. It says fucking Freeman on it, and it's a roll of fucking quarters." And part of me thought about this, but I didn't think they were too confident enough to do it because Juice Robinson has been using the roll of quarters with his left-handed God move for a couple months now. He first did it at New Japan Strong when he wrestled Fred Rosser, and he actually busted Fred Rosser's ear open. Fred Rosser's ear had to get stitched up after he did it. It was a beautiful visual. He hit it, and then all the quarters flew out. So now they're bringing it into this feud, and it makes sense because the roller quarters and the quarters that MJF got thrown at him when he was a little kid in school.
It's a ballsy thing to bring in.
Yeah,
but
MJF obviously knew this was coming.
MJF, like I don't think like Juice Robinson would have went into business for himself. I think this is 100% talked about.
Absolutely.
But
yeah, he had a roll of quarters. He had a roll of quarters, and he's gonna fucking try
was
to
like,
hit this
you
guy with
know
it.
what that fucking means. Like, I'm gonna kick the shit out of you.
No, before he even said that, this guy's like fucking.
Yeah, he looks like he's about to cry.
He's shaking. Yeah, and he's screaming. He's like, "You know that, you piece of shit!" And then he slams the mic down. Jay White's like, "Yeah, listen, if you're not down with that, we got 2 words for you: guns up." And MJF there's no way Juice Robinson isn't winning that Battle Royal, and I'm convinced that Juice Robinson is actually going to win the ring from him.
Yeah, because that's gonna be his new
new thing.
Yeah.
He's going to use the ring as the left hand of God. Now
it's gonna be so weird. What it was like.
I like that idea.
It's like
because as a babyface, MJF doesn't need it anymore.
Because it's like 4 or 5 years in a row. He was the fucking 4 years in a row.
4 years in a row. He's won every year. Yeah.
It's like, but it's gonna be so weird not having him win, not having him have the ring. Because it's probably gonna be like the moments that he forgets. He's gonna reach into his tights and be like, "Shit,
fuck, I gotta play fair." But anyway, yeah. After that, I believe we had the AEW Women's World Championship match between Hikaru Shida.
Well, first off, we had Act 2 of Tony Storm's silent film.
Oh yes. We went to picture.
Once again.
This one, I was a little bit more decipherable. So it looked like she was opening a door, and she was caught off guard by a knocking at the door, and she opened the door, and then she brought the person in, and then she started making out with the person. And then she came up to the camera, and then a thing flashed on the screen and says, "Tony, Miss Storm, you're needed on set." And then she runs off, and then they go out.
And
like,
Juice Robinson came home.
She's coming back. She's coming back to the arena or something. That was the end of that.
Okay, so
and then we go into the women's match, I believe.
Yes.
Yes.
We had Hikaru Shida versus Saraya.
Good match as
the-
well.
Yeah, this is.
This was
Christian,
this
this
was
is all you.
yeah, this was a lot better than I expected it to be, and this was probably the best singles match Saraya's had so far.
I will say the fucking spray paint spot was the most potent the spray paint spot has ever been.
Yeah, and I will say this about Saraya as well. It's come to the point now where I'm not like worried about her anymore. It's like that part, like when I like there was like her first couple of matches, like same thing with Adam Copeland, same thing with Sting, Shibata, Bryan Danielson. Those first couple matches, like, ugh. But then now, and even Christian as well. But now they're good, so like they've been around, so it's like I don't really have any like I'm not scared for them in the ring anymore. And I felt this way with Saraya tonight. And they had a pretty good match. I thought they were completely serviceable. Saraya looked good. Cheetah looked good. Ruby Soho was banned from ringside, but she tried to get involved early on. Obviously Zach mentioned she got spray painted in the face.
That must have fucking hurt because
it was a
like so with spray paint, even if it's like the hair spray shit. Like, that shit will burn your eyes, and Ruby had her eyes open for that, so that must have sucked so much.
Yeah, so, but there was a crazy spot where Shida gave Saraya a straight jacket German on the ring apron, which I thought that was a fucking scary spot, and then I hit a meteor on the outside. But yeah, she ended up doing that, but there was a spot where Saraya grabbed Shida's kendo stick. She went to go hit Shida with it, but the ref grabbed it. But she also grabbed the spray paint. She spray painted Shida in the face. Didn't work. And then hit the nightcap on Shida, and then didn't work. She kicked out. She rolled up Shida. Then Shida rolled her back up. Saraya rolled her up again. And then Shida rolled her up again really tightly. And Hikaru Shida regains the AEW Women's World Championship. She is now the first ever 3-time Women's World Champion, which I was not expecting this. I was expecting Saraya to win. I didn't think they were going to give it back to
kind of happy about this, though. Not going to lie.
But yeah, Shida's the world champion again. I have no problem with that. I mean, Shida's obviously awesome.
Was I nice goal? Was I the only one who got kind of pissed off at the spray can spot? Because I'm just like, oh my god, dude, it's right in front of the referee's eyes. Like, just from a logic standpoint.
At this point, I don't really care about the spray paint spot. I don't think anyone else cares.
No. When she, the ref is taking the kendo stick, I'm like, the stick is here. The spray is literally, like, right there. Like, clear as day.
The other thing, too, about
that low-key got on my nerves, because most of the time it's tucked in better.
Yeah, I didn't really give a fuck, to be honest.
Yeah, sorry.
Hell, they kicked Rick. Hey, they took fucking Rick Knox off of TV for like 2 weeks because of the shit that happened at Arthur Ashe.
Deservedly so.
Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, we have a lot of contenders in the women's division. Toni Storm, I don't think she's going to be challenging for the world title. I think she's probably going to end up, because she's a babyface. So, and if she does challenge for a title again, I think it's going to actually be the TBS title at Statlander. Because it would make a lot of sense for her to have a television title. But
she's
Thunder.
She's gonna turn it into a movie title. Watch, she's like get a whole new design.
Thunder Rosa should be back extremely soon.
Yes.
She is very close to clear, or if not cleared by now. So there's that. And also, I don't know if they're gonna do this. They really should do it, and I think they're missing so much time. And it's annoying that she's locked over there, but she is doing great things over there. But I really want them to start using Athena on these shows, and like Athena and Shida would be unbelievable. I would have Athena take the title off Shida, even though Athena basically turned babyface on Ring of Honor as of late. She could bring Billy Starks with her, because they actually have a great act going on right now. But yeah,
so
she's got challenges lined up. So if there's heel challenges that Shida can face. So and they also have the Sky Blue angle where she's becoming more and more depraved because of the House of Black stuff.
Yeah,
But yeah.
she's becoming more evil now. Like, I sent the clip in our group chat of her at an indie show going like buck wild and shit.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, Shida's the new champion. No problem with that. And yeah.
After this, we are informed that Chris Jericho is headed to the hospital. This is I'm reading off now Cage side to get back on track of everything. And then we were also informed of a very
Man needs to go see a chiropractor.
Of a very nice announcement. AEW is donating over $1 million in Toys for Tots this holiday season. And it's mainly AEW action figures, too, per Jazzware.
Nice.
Cool.
That's awesome.
that's pretty cool.
After that, we go to backstage with Don Callis. He wanted 10 minutes. They said,
And they
fuck
donate some
no.
wide receivers that can catch to the Baltimore Ravens.
So we go backstage to
Dude,
Don Callis.
I just want to mention this because this made me think of this. But you know, like the shit, I have no I don't follow politics really that much. But like the shit going down in Israel right now, and like I don't know what the fuck's going, the war going on.
Yeah.
So
The genocide.
the Carolina Panthers put out a thing where they like were showing support to Israel. Whatever, I don't fucking know. They were showing
A lot
support to
of teams did
somebody,
that.
and yeah, but the top comment on the Panthers one is, "Our situation is worse than theirs."
Oh my god.
So mean.
That
It's
shit
so
was funny as
true.
fuck. Our situation is worse than theirs.
Jeez.
So,
He's like, "Where's our thoughts and prayers?"
so
But anyway, yeah.
yeah, so Don Callis is backstage with Takesh. Don Callis was like, I want 10 minutes. Tony Khan said, fuck no. And then just proceeded to do the Sammy Guevara pitcher-in-pitcher cue card bit.
Yeah, which I think I think Sammy's paternity leave started. So I think
Yes.
he's going to be gone for about 3 months. So, because, I mean, I believe she's due in November.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, God forbid she pops early.
Yeah, and you
That's
want
why
to be
that-
there
that-
just in case.
That's why the LFI stuff stopped. Because Roosh just had a baby, so he's been on paternity leave too. So that's why that stopped abruptly. But yeah.
Then, as we get back out of pitcher-in-pitcher, we are now backstage with MJF and Renee. Renee asked about Jay White's words, and then the stuff with Juice. He then MJF goes, "Can I just be alone? I gotta call someone for help for this one." MJF calls Adam. Adam Cole, like, he said, "Hey Adam, like, are you there?" He goes, "Yeah, I'm here." So like Juice Robinson just opened up some old wounds. And they're trying to
need
talk.
somebody to talk to.
I need someone to talk to. And then freaking Adam's like, "Roddy has me here out at his house in Delaware. I don't know. There's no service." And just the call just ends. So,
And the best part about this was when he was going off the phone, MJF was going, Adam, the roles have been reversed. He's now the simp. Roddy is now Adam's main focus, and now MJF is the one begging for him and going, Adam,
gotta shake it off, man.
it's the roles have been reversed.
But
So, yeah.
as the call ends, the Acclaim roll up. Max Caster offers the services of the Acclaimed to beat up the Bang Bang Gang. MJF just fucking walks off, and Billy goes, "Hey, why are you offering our service without our permission to that Yahoo?" And it's like, hey, it's like he's my best friend. I've known him,
We've
like,
trained together, known him for years.
he's just my friend.
Yeah, so I mean, listen, they
You
are
need help.
good friends, really. They did start together and create a pro.
But the best,
And I love how he adds at the end. Yeah, it's just like, plus, I love it when he plays hard to get.
Yeah, so he's obviously acting gay with the boys.
You need help.
No, did you see he went like this to Bowens? He's like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, but so that was funny. I'm like, well, yeah. But
So-
yeah, I mean, that shit was funny.
After this, Christian Cage. Oh, now it's time for the main event.
For the main
well,
event.
before that,
Well, the show lineup.
just
the
the
show lineup.
Rampage lineup. We have a trios match between Daniel Garcia, Daddy Magic, and Cool Hand Ange versus Brother Zay and the Hardys. We have Sky Blue versus Emi Sakura, the Gates of Agony versus the Blackpool Combat Club, Wheeler Yuta and Claudio Castagnoli, and then Jay Lethal versus Trent Beretta. And on Collision, the only thing announced so far for Collision is Bryan Danielson and Christian Cage. So that's the show
And
lineup.
they announced next Wednesday
just programming
Dynamite.
note. Collision starts at 7 this Saturday.
Did anybody else notice the wrong graphic at the start of the show that was fixed by the end?
No.
Yeah, the first graphic said 8/7 Central. Then they fixed it.
Okay, then.
Yeah, and they also announced for next Wednesday the Dynamite Dozen Battle Royal.
Damn, someone in the suites at AEW was watching NXT. Fucked up world we live in.
What? I can understand
somebody
getting
fucking-
dragged to a baseball game and watching like a football game or something on your phone. Actually,
Somebody-
no.
bro,
Well, yeah, I
somebody
can, but
Somebody
just
tweeted
no.
out a video of fucking. It says Saraya lost the title, and then the video of John Cena going, "We have caught and compromised to a permanent end Osama bin Laden."
Oh my
I
god.
fucking love. I love and hate this community so much.
I hate it. Anyway, it was time for the main event. We had the debut of Adam Copeland in AEW, the in-ring debut versus Luchasaurus. But before the match started, we had Christian Cage on a live mic.
Oh my god.
So basically, Christian, I mean, you give this guy a microphone. I mean, this guy's the best heel in the world right now. There's no fucking debate right now at all. This guy, I mean, he's doing dude, the fact that Christian is at this stage of his career, probably doing the best work of his career right now.
But like he brought up some really good points though. Like he said, "Oh, a little birdie told me that I'm gonna be fighting Bryan at Collision." Fun little joke towards his daughter.
Yeah, well, I have heat with Birdie, so
Of course you do.
yeah, because she's fucking saying, "Hey, you got one more year." No, I said send a psyop in there, send a little kid who's involved with the FBI, send him in there, make friends, and then say, "Hey, tell your dad, bump
This
that
ain't
shit
the
up to, like,
fucking Sopranos.
bump that shit up to like fucking 12 years old. All right, get us like 5 more years or something."
So,
all right?
but he had
Really, Birdie? Hey, no. What if Buddy says, "No, fuck that. I want that. Yeah, you're done when I'm 20." What if he says that? What if Buddy says that? Because Buddy's gonna be the baby dragon.
So, Christian out here, he ran down like Adam's promo or Edge's promo, whatever you want to call him. I'm gonna call him Edge because that's been like ingrained in my memory since I was
Adam Copeland.
Edge has been engraved in my memory since 2008.
Yeah. So is the ABCs.
Fuck you.
Anyway,
but
Adam Copeland.
So, but Christian goes on to mention that he ran a group of people who dressed up like it was Halloween and convinced them they were tough guys.
I thought about to hear fucking. Here comes Dominic. Because you can't fucking listen to a WWE promo these days without. Oh, fuck.
It was just like then. Christian then also mentioned how he knows that Beth is a really big fan of his.
Well, his daughter is told fucking, "Hey, Dad, go wrestle in AEW to be with Uncle Jay," and this is what Uncle Jay is acting like. Yeah.
Then he says, "Hey, kids, make sure Mom puts on clean sheets because a new daddy's coming home."
No, he said, "Hey, Beth, make sure to put some clean sheets on the bed because your new father's coming home real soon." I'm like, oh my lord.
My god.
And listen, I don't think it's out of the question that Beth actually shows up like one time in AEW. I don't know if she's on a Legends deal.
I can
with
look that up real
AEW,
quick.
with WWE. I think she is, but that doesn't bar people from like appearing places, I think.
So because I don't know if Jake Roberts is on one or like Mark Henry or
I don't believe so.
Well, doesn't that only bar them from wrestling?
well, because like you got guys like fucking working indies. So I
Okay,
don't know.
as of like the time of the pretty much Edge's debut, so Beth is still under WWE's payroll.
Yeah,
So like it's until like that. I believe a Legends deal barred you from doing anything as well. Because remember, even when I forgot what it was. I forgot like I don't think you could show up in other companies. You could show up to like signings hosted by other companies, i.e. what Taker tried to do with Stark with the Starcade thing.
well, he could do. He was allowed to do that, but Vince was just
Well,
blew a
like, well, no,
gasket.
I'm saying like, but they're allowed to do it, but sometimes it's tensions there.
Well, no, well, it depends on who you are, because if Undertaker was to do it, WWE wants to make money off that. If it's fucking, uh, I
Shio
don't know.
Shimo.
Yeah, it's fucking Barry Horowitz. All right, fucking go do your thing.
But I believe though she's under a Legends deal. I think the Legends deals do barred from.
All right, well, I do think if that ever expires, or I don't know how that works.
Well, because if you
the
look
Legends
at it,
deals.
because what Bubba Ray and Devon signed Legends contracts for WWE. So if we still see Bubba pop up on Impact, then you could put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah,
But
well,
I think with how WWE is towards AEW, it's most likely she's not going to be allowed to go.
it depends on when if that expires, or if she could buy herself out of it,
Yeah.
or politely ask to get out of it, which probably would be the case. I think they would if somebody wanted out of a Legends deal. But anyway, yeah. So we had Adam Copeland in his first match versus Luchasaurus. He stormed the ring because he was pissed off with Christian Cage just fucking ran away. But yeah, Luchasaurus hit the extinction clothesline on him to start the match, and for a large beginning of the match, Adam was just selling, because they had a picture-in-picture break to get to. But yeah, after the picture-in-picture, stuff got really good. They had Christian was sitting on the ramp in a chair. Nick Wayne was out there. He was getting involved. He was grabbing Edge's legs. He was pushing him into the barricade. He's pushing him into the fucking posts. Luchasaurus took the steel steps and set them up outside the ring in a precarious position. I was like, oh, this motherfucker Adam Copeland might have watched Darby Allin once. He might have been hanging around at Darby a little too much. That's what my first time. Don't kill yourself, please. But yeah, there was a great superplex spot, gigantic superplex from Copeland to Luchasaurus, and there was a great spot where Adam Copeland he was gonna give the spear to Luchasaurus, but he ran into a chair that was wedged into the corner by Nick Wayne, and oh, also I forgot to say this beforehand. When Nick Wayne pushed Adam into the post, they cut to Christian. He's looking. Nick's staring at Christian. Christian goes, "Good boy, good boy." I was it's fucking crazy. But anyway, yeah, that was a great near fall with the chair spot, and Christian's fucking flipping out on the stage, and then Luchasaurus is in the corner, by the ramp, and Adam Copeland jumps off the apron, jumps onto the sideways steel steps, and then hits a fucking jumping spear to Luchasaurus outside the ring. I thought that was a really cool spot. Very cool spot from Copeland there. And then he gets Adam Copeland in the ring. He gets Luchasaurus in the ring. I believe, yeah, he hits a spear on him, and he wins his debut match against Luchasaurus, which was never really in doubt. I could have saw something where they gave Luchasaurus the win to be like a shock. But yeah, Adam Copeland defeats Luchasaurus. Nick Wayne and Luchasaurus jump Adam Copeland after the match. But here comes Bryan Danielson. He comes to attack Christian and all them. But here comes but they get the better of them. Here comes Claudio and Wheeler Yuta to come help out. But then here comes the Gates of Agony, who are going to wrestle them on Rampage, and Nana's coming out, and here comes Swerve. Swerve's got a problem with these motherfuckers. Here comes Hangman. And Hangman and Swerve start going at it. Complete bedlam, complete chaos going off the air. And then the last visual going off the air was Bryan Danielson giving the label lock to Christian Cage and Christian tapping out to Bryan Danielson. Do I think Bryan's going to beat Christian for the title? No. But they give you the visual to get you hyped for the collision match. And yeah, I think that's going to be a great match.
I better hear one promo. Because if I'm not mistaken, Bryan's dad is unfortunately passed. I bet
that was years ago.
I know, but Christian's still gonna fucking.
Well, yeah. Well,
dig that knife in real deep.
I mean, he could talk about. Listen,
I better hear something on Rampage, pretty much.
He better talk about his father, about the person who died, because there's another person who died close to Bryan Danielson that you can't speak about. He can't do it. He can't do it.
Who was it?
Connor.
Oh.
He can't do that. He cannot do that.
Yeah, no,
he can't.
Do you not remember who Connor is, Mike? It was the cancer
the little
kid.
boy, the little boy who had cancer. They have the Connor's Cure. They have the Connor's Cure Foundation now in WWE.
I had a feeling.
They can't fucking do that. They cannot do that.
That would have to take a lot of asking, and
it wouldn't be a lot of asking. They fucking can't do that. They cannot do that. If Christian Cage wants to be in the Hall of Fame one day in WWE, they cannot do that shit at all.
Mention a
keep
dead
it to
kid.
the fathers. Keep it to the fathers.
Mention a kid who felt like a son to him.
Yeah, well, we can't do that. But anyway, that's how it goes off the air. I thought this was a great, excellent Dynamite tonight. Had a lot of fun. Fans win, and yeah, great stuff.
Oh yeah, I agree with that. Thankfully tomorrow, no show as we have here, so I get to sleep all day tomorrow.
Rest of the week.
And I also gotta call up McDonald's, see what the fuck's going on in my application process, because my onboarding is complete. They just need to give me hours.
Splish splash all over again.
Well, no, I actually got my onboarding within a reasonable time versus this. But yeah, so wrestler of the week, I'm gonna give it to Minoru Suzuki. Dude absolutely fucking killed it. And earlier in the night. So yeah, Mike.
Christian, who you got?
Nick, I'm about to say, nigga, can you fucking just stop being difficult for once? Just go.
I'm not even trying to be difficult.
Pick one.
All right. You know what? New women's champ, Hikaru Shida.
I think that was coming. Anyway.
You know what, Christian? Read them and weep. Read them and weep. Read them and weep. Yeah, son of a bitch.
Anyway, I guess I'm gonna go with no. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Swerve Strickland. He had a great match in our first time ever matchup. Bryan Danielson today. Yeah, I mean the guy's been on fire for a couple months now. So yeah, very, very. I think Swerve and Nana, the combination of the two. But yeah, anyway, yeah.
Watch Sunday's AEW with the Bucks. Probably was absolutely funny as all hell. But yeah, guys, we will see you next week. Goodbye.